Question. Do you feel stuck in a money trap? What? Let's talk about this. Back in a minute. And good morning. This is Jan from New York City. Channel name Jan from New York City Saves Money. I really love helping people keep some of their own heart earn money. Could that be you? Listen, did you ever jump on a train or a subway, or, just a regular train and everything is rolling along smoothly? It's a great ride. The weather is perfect. You're looking out the window. You're on the outside part of the train ride, right? You're rolling along. You stop, go to the next station. You stop, go to the next station. Everything seems hunky dory, right? Then all of a sudden, you leave the last station that you were on, right? And then all of a sudden, you go into a tunnel. And the tunnel, you're moving along and everything's good. And then all of a sudden, an abrupt stop. You are stuck. You're like, well, yeah, I could handle this for a minute. Yeah, yeah. You keep looking at your watch or your phone to see if you're, being too delayed because you have to get to your destination on time. And you feel powerless. You feel stuck. You feel like, "Oh my gosh, well, okay, can handle this a couple of minutes, but I really have to get to my destination on time." Or you just don't like how it feels to be in that stuck place, okay? And you're like, "Okay, this will end." And in reality is you might have only been stuck there in real time about 30 seconds to maybe even 2 minutes. But for some reason, it might have felt like the longest 2 minutes of your life, right? Then thankfully, everything, whatever the thing was, is resolved. Maybe there was train congestion in front of you that was stuck and you had to be stuck. And then the, track is cleared and then you just roll along and you get safely and to your destination, hopefully not terribly late. But problem resolved. But for those 2 minutes, excuse me, please, and for being stuck during that duration, did it not feel like, wow, was I stuck? Well, that's how many people feel when it comes to their money, when it comes to handling their budgets, when it comes to handling their finances. Some people feel like totally stuck. I could just say this, that being stuck and struggling does not necessarily mean that this is your forever place. Just like, let's go back to that train ride when you're sitting and you're stuck in the middle of the tunnel. It might have felt like, oh my gosh, when is this going to end? It might have felt like, oh, please don't let this be my forever place. Okay. But thankfully, you were out of that place and moved on. Definitely, my allergies are acting up today. I'm recording this a week ahead of time, so it's the first day of summer, so to speak, the 21st, but you're listening to it a week later. But so my allergies at this time of the year, two times a year really acts up. The spring, especially the late spring, or going into early summer, like right now. Then for some reason it eases off a little bit for me. Then all of a sudden I know when fall is around the corner because it comes back again. That's not my forever place. So too, if you're listening to this and you feel stuck financially, I take a breath, look in the mirror and say, you know something, right now things might be a little bit more challenging. Right now, things might feel a little bit tougher to handle, but you're going to look yourself in the mirror today and say, guess what? This is not my forever place. And not only that, can you stand at that mirror and pick out a few things that you have learned on the journey of trying to get yourself out of that quote, stuck place, if you will? Look at the things that you have learned as time goes by in your journey on learning how to cut back, on learning how to appreciate a meal that you made yourself, learning that you don't need to sit in someone else's restaurant every day. You know where I'm going with this. Look at all the positives. Okay. That is a very important thing to do, especially when you're feeling stuck. So if you're ever stuck on a subway, if you're ever stuck on a train, you could also apply it to saying to yourself, you know what? I'm stuck for a minute or two, but I'm not going to be stuck on this train forever. Or even if you're stuck in traffic in your car, you could take that same analogy. Like, like when you're like caught in traffic, it's like, oh no, 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 no. Just remind yourself while it's inconvenient, while you're not in love with the moment, just remember that it's not your forever place. But you could apply that theory too, especially, with financials as well. But you do have to take actionable steps. Okay. We have to take actionable steps as well. Cutting back on certain things that really can really help. And also not trivializing, let's say adding $100 or $200 to your monthly income somehow. Don't overlook that and don't sneeze at it. I get such a thrill when I hear from some of my folks that let me know that they decided as a result of listening to some motivational videos or whatever, even stuff from my own channel coming back to me. And I actually had that happen to me not that long ago, where a viewer, excuse me, please, allergies, sorry, mentioned to me that they had started a side hustle a few months back, and it has made a significant difference in their life. So things are looking brighter for them, and I cannot tell you how much that lifts me up to hear, that people are doing stuff like this. That makes my day. It really, really does. So you see, we can do things on this. We can do it Wednesday. Motivate yourself to remind yourself this is not your forever place. You're not going to be stuck on a financial thing. If you're in debt right now, you're going to grab those harnesses and you're going to take control and you're going to lift yourself out of debt. There are so many resources today to check into. You know that. Check into those resources, the ones that work for you, apply it. If you need a little more income, grab a little more income. That doesn't even mean you have to leave your house. You could find ways right here through your smartphone, probably the same device that you're listening to. This broadcast is the same device that can help you earn a couple of bucks here, that even if it just covers a bill. If you can make, let's say, enough money to cover, let's say, your utility bill, or like through babysitting or through, mowing the lawn. I'm just using that as examples. Being stuck in a bad financial place is not your forever place. All right. So on this We Can Do It Wednesday, ask yourself, what can I do to cut back? Okay. Cutting back is very helpful. When you have truly cut back on all the things you have cut back. And one thing I just want to mention before I forget, if you cut back on entertainment, let's say like in a formal way, that doesn't mean you can't have fun. Just find lower cost or free things to do. Because like sometimes people are suggested to or advised to, well, cut back on entertainment or don't do any entertainment. That's ridiculous. That's just plain old silly. That's just silly stuff. You could still have entertainment. You could still have fun. You could still have laughs. Doesn't always have to cost you money. Laughing and entertainment shouldn't cost so much money. If there's anything that should not cost so much money, it's stuff like that. To me, that is truly an arena where you can absolutely save a ton of money and take some of that money that you're saving and apply it to your debt or put it away into savings. We can do it on this We Can Do It Wednesday. All right. And if you earn a couple of bucks, even enough to pay one bill during the month, that takes some pressure off you. And you don't have to reach for that hunk of plastic. And you don't want to go back into the rabbit hole of debt. All right, everybody. Just want to wish everybody an amazing, fantastic day. And you know something, we really can do it. You have to just put your mind to it. You just have to. Let's do more like this lady does. Have an amazing, fantastic day.